Welcome back to the Dyson Sphere Program. JC here. And we are working on fuel rods. That was it. But at this point, to make fuel rods, I kind of got to have the fuel. But I'm going to be making the fuel to match the fuel rod production. So, you know, we don't really want large amounts of antimatter just floating around. Plus, of course, if you don't use the hydrogen it produces at the same rate, you'll get horrible things, because we've got plenty of hydrogen. So that'll stockpile and we won't be able to get it used. So all I really need is a production area. I'll use one of the smaller bits. It's not going to be a massive.
Dark fog base core destroyed.
I mean, it's like 24 seconds to make two. Right? That's not.
Dark fog base core destroyed.
It's not horrible. So all I need to do is, for every one of those I make, I need to make one of those. I can't pass it through one of these because that's 4 items. I'd need 5 because I want the end product to be shipped out. Right, let's find a small space that has not yet been used. That one's annoying. That one would be better. Right, jump, jump, jump. Start. Let's fill the space.
Dark fog base core destroyed.
Me?
Dark fog base core destroyed.
Okay.
Dark
Sorry.
fog base core
Yeah, jump
destroyed.
brain. No, fuck it. Just no. So I think it's going to be kind of like 2 rows. Do I have? Oh look, I have some particle colliders here. Turn them that way. Put a bank of them there. He says, forgetting that there is actually a thing called power poles. Right, it's got to be on that line. That goes there. I can pull the stuff out and feed it in and have a return line into one of these, which will need to be here. Okay. Move your finger over one, idiot. what do I need in? I
Dark fog
need
base core destroyed.
that. And
Dark fog base core destroyed.
one I can hardly ever spot.
Dark fog base core destroyed. Mineral depleted.
Supply that and supply power. You are to make that. So another thing this is going to need to have and pull in is those, which we have. So that's going to have to feed these, and then these are going to have to feed the next step on. Might be worthwhile putting these down here. Just have some working room. We'll see. One more so I can actually get a return line. You're making rods, okay. Right, we're gonna have to scrap that idea because we've got 4 inputs and an output.
Dark fog base core destroyed.
Oh, it doesn't produce it very quickly, so that's fine.
Extraterrestrial dark fog is assaulting. Dark fog base core.
Oh, that lines up. Right, perfect. Right, we're going to do that, and then these ones are going to feed in. That may very well be moved in line. So we take drop it about there. For making fuel rods. What I am going to do, sever those two there for the time being. Which way round does this need these? It doesn't. It does not care. Wonderful, right? Now I said these were 1-to-1, didn't I? Yes. It was 1-to-2.
Dark fog base core destroyed. Dark fog base core destroyed. Dark fog base core destroyed. Mineral depleted. Extraterrestrial dark fog is assaulting.
Yes, the extraterrestrial dark fog are assaulting. They can assault right off. It's taking them so long to regenerate now that eventually this lot will actually disappear. Shocking. If they're only going to send 13 units against my fort, they're going to get blown to bits. Simple as. 2 lines coming in, so stick that. Say about there for now. I'm gonna pick one of these. I'll then feed these two. Done.
Dark fog base core destroyed. Dark fog base core destroyed.
That's a pain. Fine, you go there.
Dark fog base core destroyed.
You make antimatter. Feed in there.
Extraterrestrial dark fog is
Out there.
assaulting.
Ah, of course, yes, yes, I remember. This is not an auto job.
Mineral depleted. Mineral depleted.
Yes, I've made my first antimatter. Will you stop bleeping at me? Just blow the damn things up. Looks like those decide to take the long way around.
Dark fog base core destroyed.
There you go. Produce an antimatter fuel rod. We now have fuel rods.
Dark fog base core destroyed.
Generate power using an artificial star. Yes.
Dark fog base core destroyed.
Now that should keep that fully stocked. Kinda will and kinda won't. Because that one filled up first. What will happen is it will fix itself once this is done. I didn't stop production, so the first one is hoovering up like everything. Oh, it only just gets it in time. Because this one's full and this one isn't. looks fine to me. Okay. I have spotted a small, tiny flaw.
Dark fog base core destroyed.
Insignificant, tiny little flaw in my
Dark fog
plan
base core
here.
destroyed.
How am I supposed to feed any more?
Dark fog base core.
I guess I could just run one round back. And split it off and then I haven't left room to run something along back there, so yeah, I didn't think that through. I can produce more, but I just can't. So that needs to come back by one. I just didn't actually have to happen at the moment. So, right. How to improve this? More to the point, how to get fuel to it.
A landing relay station detected.
Because noting that only way I'm going to have to do this is to shift this forward by one. So everybody's going to have to pause for a moment. Very much. 1/3 forward, please. Thank you. So I can feed it round the back, basically.
Dark fog base core destroyed. Dark fog base core destroyed. Dark fog base core destroyed.
Oh no, we got one odd. Hold on. Solved. Once this is fully empty, this should be an even number. Might not have an even number. To hell with it. Not needed. Perfect. Right, okay. There you go, that will pass around the back. That'll be a branch off point.
Dark fog base core destroyed. Dark fog base core destroyed.
Let's see, where's this gonna go?
Dark fog base core destroyed.
We'll go here. Yeah, that works. It can just come out and feed a new line. And it can be fed via here. Okay, let's see. We'll just trim it back like that.
Dark Fog base core destroyed.
Make that all up.
Dark Fog base core destroyed. Dark Fog base core destroyed.
Just there. Like that, and then that. Trim that down. March around here, and then pull out like that. That'll feed into here, and any subsequent ones. I might be able to fit another one in here. And that'll be about it.
Dark Fog base core destroyed. Mineral depleted. Dark Fog base core destroyed.
So one of these has to be full before... Oh no, it is slowly starting to feed it. Okay, there you go. It'll work itself out eventually, and it gets to a point where it's able to do it. Cool. Just don't expect huge amounts of antimatter production given this system. Because it's horrendously slow.
Mineral depleted.
But that works. That's nice. At least it uses up all of the production from here, so we don't have a stockpile of hydrogen turning up, which is less than ideal, shall we say. We've had to deal with quantities of hydrogen before, and I don't want to play that game. Basically run next to each other. Hold on. Yeah, it will fit. Right, we are allowed to do that. Okay, so I can take a
Dark Fog base core
a
destroyed.
copy and just plonk it on.
Dark Fog base core destroyed. Dark Fog base core destroyed.
with that then? Why can... Oh, that's why it can't be laid. Alright, it has to go over by one. Power pole was in the way. Let's not connect it up yet. Now I can connect it up. Everything's in, powered, working. There we go. That is a very simple little antimatter fuel.
Dark fog base core destroyed.
It's the kind of thing I can just sort of stamp down. I could put more production
Dark
in
fog
here.
base core destroyed.
It's the kind of thing you can
Base
slap
core
down.
Destroyed.
Quiet! I do not give a flying about the base spores, okay? I just don't care anymore. Ah. Yeah, I can just stamp this down wherever. So, we're making them, not very quickly, but we're making them. We're also making a whole ton more of these than we really need, but technicalities. He says, hoping he's actually got enough. One thing I never checked. Now that's fully going. Yeah, I don't think there was a problem because it was able to keep up with demand. And now it's just tiny amounts that we're using, so that's fine. Oh my.
Mineral to
Hasn't quite finished, but those work well. Those scales. That middle section? I don't know. But right,
Dark
let's
fog base core destroyed.
select the star, please. I'd like to have a look at the star. Orientate the camera.
Dark fog base core destroyed.
Oh, it's finished. One.
Dark fog base core destroyed.
One set's finished.
Mineral depleted.
Might look a bit better once I put a band across here. Looks like the bands are going to be 4 tall because they're not actually going to be 4. These are 4 tall. Well, from this point forwards, I'll just make them 4 tall and just fill up the top and bottom. Done. Not bad. I'll find another pattern for the next one and the next one. Each one will just be a different pattern. It's still gonna be white, but it will just be a different pattern. Very, very close up. Okay, well, there we go. And eventually I won't have to keep releasing these into orbit. So the sphere has been built within the radius of those, so it kind of looks cool. I don't know. Whether they'll actually pick up anything once this is built. Because one of the things we are doing
base core destroyed.
is reducing the solar energy ratio. Once it's fully built, we'll see. If that doesn't drop by much, then, you know, yes, of course they're going to pick up stuff.
Dark fog base core destroyed.
Don't fly through the Dyson Sphere. What are you clowns doing? Go round it. Oh. No regard for the laws of physics. Never mind.
Flight mode.
It's all still operating, so it's fine.
Mineral depleted.
Here it is. Yes. Antimatter HQ. Yes. It's fine having antimatter generation and fuel rod production right in the, well, it's not the middle, but it's right in amongst a whole bunch of production. It's fine. What's the worst that could happen? A large crater. It's the worst that could happen. Or depending on how much you stockpiled, you basically obliterate your entire planet. But I said that last time, in the last series. Because you're digging around with antimatter. Whatever. So, on that note, thank you for watching. Until next time, this is JC.